no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
Alex.
Solid, Johnny with every load, don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on, face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load, don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on, face your fears and fight no matter how long. The fight only finish with the weak ones, so when Jaja call you, watch how you respond. Dark face your fears, fight your demons. Can't be firm, we go to a tribulation. He is a heavy load, still a channel. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days pray fi go to the storm. Now give up nonsense, cause that's what me born. Solid, Johnny with every load, don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load, don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
Solid, me solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. Then trap them, said Jah cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the presidents. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down. Think say me woulda tumble down. Chant to me ancestors big Congo drum. That's why me know me have to overcome. Stand firm and not lean for no one. You can set up your own program. Have the whole world a sing out your slogan. No time in a slow down. Plus with
Solid, Johnny with every load, don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load, don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
From the islands, from the east to the west side, that's my land. Secret was my home. So that's my home. So when me been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for me. Now everybody want a piece. So we started reach the single and where before them bring exam for final health for me. Me know how that fill up their minds, you see. And how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own. A secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we offer assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why I don't believe that. When I see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace in my land. When I never see none of them when struggle me not go on. Yo, a kind of leader. Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knock we are open windows. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own, yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own, yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own.
See, we got to make it out. My life then couldn't take mine. Got to watch your head side. Come from the worst, but me try to live the best life, so me couldn't left mine. No for them just body not the most, so me coming like a landslide from the hillside. Looking at the mirror, know me proud. So me got the vision, every man a see it now. So we day up on a meditation and try to get rid of from me elevation. Watching how they try to put them up on the top. Dirty hard people now have the best hand out. But you are walking, and I get trapped in the lies, you don't be talking. Boy, on up and get thanks for the make. You the amount of negativity about you is a rage. When me by myself out to the Father, me be paid. Need a little balance for the things that me be facing. Need a little blessings, can me have be really waiting. So me have to treat the skills, cause it's too heavy. Get lost in the lies. Not once but twice, yeah. They don't want us to thrive. So we day up on a meditation and try to get me down from me elevation. Watching how they try to put them up on the top. Dirty hard people now have the best hand out. But you're the walking, and I get trapped in the lies and don't be talking. Boy, on up and get thanks up for the making. The amount of negativity, the amount of is raging. Yeah, still I think about the choice. Would you really give your soul to live a better life? So me rather pray to God and watch my blessings multiply. No fear demons, got the Father by my side. Oh, lonely road, oh, Lord, no. Let me give you a little advice. Now everybody dig, man, vibe. Upon a meditation, try to get rid of from me elevation. Watching how they try to put them up on the top. But the hard people have the best eyes. Oh, so watch you how they walking,
And I got trapped in the lies that they'll be talking. That's all I end up and get thanks for the making. Cut them out the negativity, they about to rage. You remember myself, out to the part of me be page. In a little bit.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, so let it feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 29th of January 2025, and hey, we're almost out of January and into February. 11 more months. In 2 days, we get an 80%. So we're done looking forward to it. To the government, morning to everybody joining us on the live. Morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora, morning to the persons joining us across the administrative regions. I hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday, a productive day yesterday, and hoping for the same today. Sorry about not having the live yesterday. We had some other things to take care of in the capital city early, so we had a rebroadcast yesterday of the interview with minister within the Ministry of Public Works, the Honorable Deodat Indar, as he gave us a clear view of, well, not a clear view, I should say. Anyway, yeah, so he gave us a clear view of, or an idea of the accomplishments of 2024 and how budget 2025 will allow the ministry to continue on that trajectory of development progress for all communities across Guyana. Massive infrastructural work happening across the country, community roads, highways, bridges, culverts, all sorts of things, walkway, footpaths, redefining, changing the daily commute of persons around the country, allowing them to get to work faster. Take for instance Mocha, where we had, I think it's Boredom Boulevard or Boredom Avenue, it named after Boredom, but from a modern now into a concrete road where the children don't have to take off their shoes anymore just to walk through the mud to get out there and then wash their feet and put back on the shoes to get to school. You know, have a concrete road. All the residents there can drive into Burnham. Is Burnham Boulevard? I think it's Burnham Boulevard. Could drive into there. You understand? Park in front of their homes. I believe the road that Miss Nima Flew best lives on was done on also. So that shows you there is no partisan approach to development across the country. So even if you're an MP who represents a party that was just in government that did nothing in relation to development in these very communities that support, you are still able to benefit. You understand? Because the government, at least this Irfan-led administration, and if we look back on previous administrations under the leadership of PBPC presidents, the development was in a bipartisan way. So that's one of the examples I'd like to use because I know of that for sure. You know, Nima Flew Best Road too. And mind you, who's Public Works, Public Infrastructure? That's Dale Patterson and Annette. Didn't go in there to do anything. You understand? Didn't go in there to do anything. Actually, I'm lying. They went to do one project. And the project is just like the Durban Park project that Nima Flew Best felt that she needed to defend in the National Assembly, right? In Mocha, and I would have shown you video footage of this here on this program already. In Mocha, there is a ground that was supposed to be developed for football to host training and games in relation to football. And this ground was supposed to be developed to FIFA standards. Pitch, lights, stands, everything. FIFA, right? What was done? What was done? They built a big fence around the area and turned it into a safari location, jungle safari. Because the trees in there are that big that you don't know what animal in there when you go in there. That might hold you. That's how serious it's serious. You understand? And her husband. And let me tell you something. I keep repeating this to you. When you see people like me saying certain things and they get in sued, know that we ain't lying. You understand? Know that we are not lying. That is why you see all the government ministers talk about Cathy Hughes and Video Mega and all the money thing. You realize nobody gets sued, nobody gets carried to court. Because it's not a lie. It's not a lie. Right? So Nima Flew Best husband got part of the money to look after that field and bring it to FIFA standards for international football and whatnot. People could got a place to train and blah, 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 blah. Right? One fence, a metal gate, and safari in Mocha. So all the persons looking at this program here now, when you're coming to Guyana and you're thinking about, oh gosh, I gotta go so far for Pacaraima Mountain Safari, I gotta go so far for Rupanuni Safari, right on the East Bank, 10 minutes out of Georgetown, in the community of Mocha Arcadia, you can find a safari for you and your family overseas to attend. You understand? Anyway, I didn't get to vent in a couple of days. I had a lot of interviews, so I got a lot of pent up emotions I want to let allow me this morning. Anyway, morning to the persons in the comment section. Rajendra Singh, Vishnu Chintaman joining us from Pennsylvania, Lenny Lachman, Rahim Amarali, morning to you. Sukhanandan God, Chris, morning. Hanuman Prem Kumar, morning to you. Dial Supram, my brother, morning to you. I hope you're doing well. I guess you're resting before you get into the other shift. Cecil Rampasad and Chan, morning to you. Dr. Nandalal Tambar Sundar, joining us from New York, morning to you. Showman Siram, Leslie Mongol, morning to you. Balram Ramru, joining us from Orlando, Florida. Thank you for being here. Musad Fati, joining us from Kitty. Bisundak Mohan, good morning to you. David Sobrian, Pam Singh, morning to you. Morning to Trevor, morning to your sister that's going to be coming. Visiting Guyana with you pretty soon. Pam, we got to talk. I ain't talked to you in a while. We got to talk. Morning to Carl Daniels joining us from, I think, the Maikoni Hospital in Region 5. Mohammed Isaf, morning to you. Arnold Hanuman, morning to you for the Gonraj. Omar Sharif, joining us from NYC. Lola Hari, Faisal Ghani, morning to you. Deshaun Abrams, morning to you. Morning to Zoe, morning to the baby, morning to the littles as well. Krista Prasad, good morning to you. Derek Drupal, Estelle Ramnoy, good morning to you. Who else we got here? Miss Bob from Mocha. So Miss Bob could tell y'all the timeline. You hear me? Miss Bob could tell y'all the timeline. The council in there, Stephanie Nelson Moore could tell you the timeline. Burnham Boulevard, where is the name? Horrible condition, right? Miss Little on the live, Rita. Morning to you, Miss Rita Little. Who else we got here? Alan Khan, good morning to you. Michael Dennis, Anita Williams, Ashmi Basdio, good morning to you. Lance Henry, good morning to you. Chitra Sukraj, Shree Ferguson, morning. Mazu Inchan, Jasoda Budram, and Hill, morning to you. Who else we got here? Sridat Rabindranath, good morning to you. Mazu Maureen Rasio, morning to you. Uncle Ronald, welcome to the program. Thank you for the continued support, keeping the love, keeping the viewers, the online viewership up. Riaz Ali, morning to you. Maureen Rasio, again, morning to you. Mazu Inshan, morning to you. Fawad Khan, morning to you. Dunat Prasad, Dionant Suku, Wazim Nabi, morning to you. Rafi Singh, morning to you. Who else we got here? Asif Ahmad, morning to you as well. Marcia North Kieto, morning to you. Rajendra Mahis, morning to you. Shirley Singh, the screen saying January 17th. What he saying about screen saying? That was the day that the budget read. You see why I don't deal with old people on my life? Uncle Ronald, what you see in there in the bottom corner down there, that's the date that the minister present the budget that here, right? Secure, prosperous, and sustainable there. That's the date of the budget. We got just got to try with the old people then. There's no old uncle. He's very old. You understand? I think dementia might be setting in. Oh, God forbid. Please keep it away from rebuke. Anyway, who else we got here? Sally Jones, morning to you. Miss Ramcharan, morning. June Abidjan joining us from Canada. Ricky Knott, morning to you. Imran Ali, good morning. Who else we got here? Donna Alfonso, Lash PA, big up yourself, brother. Thank you for the continued support. Andrew Muss, morning to you. Akani Blair out in Linden, special good morning to my brother Akani Blair, doing excellent work up there. Always support. Check out the show on Wednesdays and Sundays. I think Wednesdays is called in and Sundays. That's the power punch show, right? I you not see me though. Sally Jones, I call you name. Old is gold. Anyway, guys, let's get into today's content. Now, we're discussing presentations at budget 2024. Sorry, 2025, budget 2025 debates, presentations. Yesterday, I took some time to sit and look at some of the presentations from the government and the opposition side. And to tell you the truth, I wasn't surprised with what I saw with certain opposition members and some of the foolishness that they were putting out there as sensible points for their rebuke of budget 2025. Mind you, this is opposition that when they were in government, their budgets had no impact on Guyanese society or the Guyanese economy, other than to, I shouldn't say no impact, the only impact that it had was to place hardship on the average Guyanese. And even those who were middle income and had a little bit of money, Sally, I called you before. Anyway, sorry. Special good morning to Sally Jones, who's been here from the beginning and continues to support me. Thank you, Sally. Thank you. Shafiq, morning to you as well. Right? Right. So when these people were in government, their budgets did not impact the Guyanese in a positive manner, only to create hardship. Implementation of taxes, fees at the University of Guyana, no kind of serious expenditure in terms of increasing the amount, the quality of community roads, nothing to drive job creation. You understand? So when you hear them get up in the parliament and talk about all these lofty ideas that they have and what they would do if the Guyanese people take God out their thoughts and put these people, this opposition, back into government, they will do the work. They will do the work. I said this to you on previous programs. right? Motor and guitar, two different tar, but two different tar. You understand? So it's not about saying what you're going to do. You understand? It's not about creating a manifesto with a 100-day plan to look nice. It's about your actions and actually getting it done. And Guyanese had 23 years of the PPP administration. And for some reason, they thought, hey, let's put these people in here. Let's see what they will do. You understand? All the law for a better life, a good life, green and green state economy, Granger. And when Granger came in, we found out that Granger was danger. We found out that Granger was danger. You understand? Now, Nima Flubes. Nima Flubes, the honorable member, the MP that represents the coalition administration, well, the coalition opposition, took to the podium at the National Assembly and used the time that she had, that the Speaker of the Parliament elected this big woman to present and speak about Budget 2025. You understand me? She took that time to try to defend the Durban Park project. And that is why I say you cannot expect anything sensible coming out of the Durban Park project indeed, and members of the opposition. Now, let us be clear. The Durban Park project was a financial black hole with no transparency. A financial black hole. Now, the 1.1 billion, no, 1.1 billion was spent on Durban Park. Right? Now, this remains one of the most glaring examples of financial mismanagement under the APNU AFC government. Durban Park. Even the bridge that Annette talked about that's crumbling right now. Even the bridge that Annette spoke of that's crumbling right now was a better investment than Durban Park. Right? Now, the Audit Office of Guyana has been unable to properly audit the project due to missing payment vouchers and a lack of financial records. If the project was truly beneficial, why did the APNU AFC fail to properly document its spending? Now, you have to understand, 600 million, not 600,000, not 6 million, 600 million. 600 million cannot be accounted for. 600 million. If this project was 1.2 billion, it would have been half the money gone. But by 1.1, more than half the money for the project, vanish, vamoose, abracadabra, gone, whoosh, gone. You understand me? Gone. Now, over 500 million was paid to the government, paid by the government to the Home Stretch Development Inc. Now, this is a secretive company created to execute the project. There was no proper accounting of how these funds were used, and this raised serious concerns about corruption and misuse of taxpayers' dollars. Now, mind you, this is not a case of no. It's 1.1 billion, not $16 billion. Right? Right? So, mind you, we have to understand that this wasn't a state-of-the-art stadium with grass patch and toilet facilities and nice seating and things. And could you imagine Nima Flubes was sitting at the National Stadium compared to the planks of wood that people had splinters running into their derriere when they sit down there? You understand me? Boring up the derriere, and you got nice seats at the National Stadium and Nima Flubes. We gotta be a future hat. Now, let's look at the conflict of interest and the secrecy in the project's execution. Now, the then Minister of Education, Dr. Rupert Hoopner, was a director at the Homestretch Development Inc., the former Minister of Education, the one that disappeared and was replaced by Pagwali, right? Raising serious ethical questions about the government or about a government minister overseeing a private company collecting money for a public project. Now, could you believe that these are the same people who are coming to the National Assembly? And guys, share the life. Could you believe that these are the same people who are coming to the National Assembly to tell this Irfan administration about corruption, what they're doing and what they ain't doing, and all this nonsense, right? Now, donations from secret donors were used to finance the project. But to this day, the identity of these donors and the total amount collected remains unknown. Now, if the project was truly in the interest of the Guyanese people, why was it surrounded by secrecy and unaccounted funds? And more so, knowing this, why would Nima Flubes take God out of her thoughts and mention this at the budget debates of 2025? And that is why Minister Ramson flayed her with that nonsense that she was coming with. Now, could you imagine a few months ago, this lady left Muka where her husband didn't finish the ground and collect money and get paid for. Didn't finish the ground in Muka and gone until the port to talk about community ground and who dumping in the ground and such a stupidness. Instead, you should look inside your own yard where you were living, the place where you represented. You understand me? Mind you, if you drive Heroes Highway now, the place where the spotters was, not a thing happening there. Scandalous big women, Nima Flubes and Coretta McDonald. Scandalous. You understand? Now, despite 1.1 billion being spent, Durban Park remains an unutilized facility. It is not a thriving public space, but rather a decaying wooden structure, now serving as shelter for vagrants rather than fulfilling any meaningful purpose, right? The wooden stands are visibly rotting and deteriorating, proving that the project was ill-conceived and never intended for long-term benefits. Who does that in this day and age? Build wooden stands at stadium. Who does that? More so you're in a tropical country where woodlands there everywhere. You understand me? Where woodlands there everywhere. So it's clear that the Durban Park facility was a quick political stunt for the 50th independence celebrations to make it seem like the government is investing so much and doing so well. You understand? Now, again, Durban Park does not provide any long-lasting benefits for the public. Any long-lasting benefits to the public. Now, unlike the gas-to-shore energy project, road expansions, and modern housing schemes, Durban Park has provided no long-term economic or social benefits for the people of Ghana. And that's what they were investing in. And the place that they're going to Tally, they ain't even doing it properly, right? The best seats at Durban Park was for the president and his cabinet, Granger and his cabinet, up on the big stage. You understand? On that stage area there, they have AC facilities downstairs, toilets there, and all sorts of things. Laboratory facilities down there. But for the stands, the people them are either going to pee on a post, urinate on a post, or they had the portable toilets that they want to spend money for. So instead of building laboratory facilities there, they're going to go and rent toilets and stuff and that kind of thing. You understand? Now, Now, the facility is not garnering revenue or serving a major or serving as a major community space. Instead, it has become a wasted investment that could have been better The monies could have been better spent on schools, hospital, and infrastructure to actually benefit citizens. 1.1 billion. How many roads you could have probably been built with that? How many roads, what was the cost of them roads to give away in Linden? Let me check. Right? 1.1 billion for Durban Park. Road contracts in Linden. 2024. It was just last year. 94 road contracts in Linden, right? Let me see how much this costs. 94 roads in Linden. Okay, so this is a 94. So 94 roads in Linden cost 4.2 billion. 1.1, they could have do 30 something, 40 something roads. You understand? 30 something roads. With the $1.1 billion that is spent on Durban Park, that's benefiting no one. Now imagine Linden is an opposition, right? Linden is an opposition strong. Linden has consistently voted in the PNC line, supporting the majority of Linden. That's not all. And these people couldn't invest 1.1 billion in roads in Linden. They couldn't invest in a 4-lane bridge to cross the over from Wismar to Mackenzie. Right? They could invest in 2 stadiums, one at Wismar, one at Mackenzie, one for cricket, well, one with internationally recognized for cricket standards, one internationally recognized for FIFA standards, but both allowing for the training and the use by persons in various sporting disciplines outside of football and cricket. So they didn't see the need to invest in the people that supported them. Right? Now, the government has since spent additional funds just to maintain what is essentially a failed vanity project. And that was the mode of the opposition when they were in government. It was vanity. Could you imagine that Granger used to fly out a green carpet to walk from the plane to wherever vehicle he's going to? Could you imagine that the then government had an outreach at Coffee Square and they had to bring out AC unit for the tents them outside and executive chairs for the ministers to sit in? So they were more interested in their comfort than the issues that the Guyanese people were coming there to raise. And mind you, a lot of the issues that were raised, nothing was done. Nothing was done. You understand? So again, it was all for show. It was all for show. Oh, we had an outreach. Well, not even an outreach, because the people had to come to them. People had to come into Central Georgetown at Coffee Square to meet the ministers of government. You understand? And it had to be a weekday, so they had to take time off from work. So not like what you're seeing now, the ministers fanning out to the regions. And when I say no, I don't mean this year. Since this administration, the administration has come back or been voted back into office, or the PPP has been voted back into office under the leadership of President Dear Franani. Since 2020, the government has been on the ground, interacting with persons, finding out what their issues are, and addressing those issues. The good thing about it, and what you will not see from the opposition, is the fact that we have the government going into areas that are not traditionally known for their support to the administration. You understand? So the government is going into Linden or Boys Town, Beirut, Sapphire, these places that are not traditionally, Denhamsted, that are not traditionally supportive of government, and still ensuring that these people see development. When you look at outreaches from the opposition, Where they going? They're going to the strongholds. They're going to the strongholds where they did nothing for 2015 to 2020. And the only people the majority, 98.99999% of the people that you see interacting with them are, I'm gonna be careful, are up in age, old time PNC stalwarts that despite whatever happened in this country, whatever development they see, they will not recognize or acknowledge. So could you imagine somebody like James Bond? I don't know how many of you saw James Bond on the Freddie Kissoon show, right? I don't know how many of you saw him on the Freddie Kissoon show. And James Bond said last night, but whenever the show was, that he's supporting and will be working towards ensuring President Ali has a second term. Now, if y'all remember last year, I had James Bond on this very show, and we were going back and forth because at that time, James Bond was returning to the PNC to support Aubrey Norton as the most, I think this was around the Congress, just before the Congress, to support Aubrey Norton as the most viable candidate that you didn't have to go and do groundwork for, that everybody knew that and would support as the viable presidential candidate for the PNC. He said that on the show, Livewire. I was going to look for it, but I was doing some editing this morning and I wasn't focused. So he said that he was coming back to work with the PNC to ensure Aubrey Norton will Congress and go on to win the presidency. James Bond, what was the right phrase? James Bond see the light. James Bond went back to the PNC and realized that, hey, this here is making sense. What are we going to do with the Aubrey Norton? What are we going to do with the Aubrey Norton as president of this country? And James Bond decided, hey, this is making sense. It's better to support progress. He spoke on Freddie Kissoon's show about the transformative development that's happening around the country. And I say to people, if you don't stifle your conscience, you can't deny it. You cannot deny it. From 2020 to now, the amount of things. Look, who was in the car with me? So, who was it? It was yesterday or the day before. No, I think it was Sunday. We went into Prospect because we're actually working on that production to show persons the development of the Prospect Young Professional Scheme. My cameraman was sitting in the car and we were leaving because the rain came down very heavy. And, we canceled the shoot. We were heading back to Georgetown. And the amount of places that you could have gone in terms of getting back down the East Bank. I didn't drive Heroes Highway. I didn't drive the East Bank public road. We left Prospect on that inner road where the outpost is, and we came out at Eccles, by where Sarah sign used to be. In use Hero Highway, in use Eccles public road. So you cannot deny the investment in infrastructure, the investment in housing, the investment in healthcare, the investment in education, the investment in tourism, the investment in labor and training, the investment in agriculture, the investment in youth culture and sport, the investment in social services, all over. You cannot deny it. So what Bart was saying, he will not wait until Guyanese go crazy and vote in the PNC into government. He wants to work with whoever government is there to move the country forward. A bipartisan point of view. And that is what we're lacking with a lot of the opposition members and opposition supporters. We can't give Jack his jacket. And I want to salute James Bond for at least giving Jack his jacket. Guyana has transformed from 2020 to now. Massive transformation. Places like Lane Avenue, the other side of the dam, which never had a road, got road now. People in Lane Avenue who houses falling apart, them houses, the woodmans are joined together, get money to repair the place. Thousands of Guyanese own their house lot now. Even if they go and identify yet, they own it. They got the receipt that they pay for it. Thousands of Guyanese have received their title. Thousands of Guyanese have better access to health care from telemedicine and these health hotspots. All these things the ministries are building across the regions. Hardly you find people having to fly out to their region to come to town now to do certain procedures. Some of them, yes, they still have to, but most of them are done in the regions now. You understand? Schools being built in the outlying hinterland region, so hundreds of children don't have to leave their homes, leave their families, leave their comfort zone to come to Region 4, to probably Step President's College or wherever to get an education, can get it right in their region and quality education. So not schools that ain't got facilities, schools that got all the technological advancements that you could think about. And again, the persons on the other side of the National Assembly, the opposition persons, didn't see this as important to do for the people of Guyana. Right? Now, Durban Park was a misplaced priority whilst Guyanese struggled. At the time of Durban Park's construction, teachers, nurses, other public servants were protesting for better wages. I don't know if persons remember this. Teachers, nurses, and public servants. Y'all remember that a big protest outside the GBHC? Y'all remember? It's what Minister Mary Chanka, the Honorable Squatter, Coretta MacDonald, said we got more under the PPP than we get it from the coalition government. Coretta MacDonald said that. Right? Coretta MacDonald said that as the squatter in the GS position or in the MP position, because she can't hold both according to the constitution of the Guyana Teachers Union. She said so herself. Now, instead of prioritizing the needs of these nurses, these teachers, and public servants, the APNU AFC chose to spend 1.1 billion on a poorly planned vanity project. Public infrastructure such as schools, hospitals could have been upgraded with that money, but instead it was wasted on a project that has since fallen into terrible disrepair. Now, we must take a look at the hypocrisy of the opposition as it relates to infrastructure spending. We must take a look at the hypocrisy. Now, the same opposition that criticized the government's spending on roads, bridges, hospitals, wasted $1 billion on a project that now serves no purpose. Unlike the Durban Park project, modern infrastructure projects like the gas shore, the new Demerara Harbour Bridge, and housing expansions have provided real, tangible benefits to citizens. Durban Park is a symbol of the APNU's field leadership, and that is what persons need to remember. Every time you pass there, you must remember the failure of that administration. Right? That project represents mismanagement, secrecy, lack of accountability, and wasteful spending. It has become a rotting, neglected structure rather than a source of pride for the Guyanese people. So when Nima Flubest hold up that photo of that, mind you, even the Guyana flag that they had there was a whole life. It was a set of money for it. You understand me? A set of money for it. Why you want to fly Guyana flag in that trash? Having the Guyana flag flown, the golden arrowhead flown at Durban Park, is like you hoisting it in Higgs Park. Yeah, it's past it. That is past it. So that is Durban Park cannot be a source of pride for the Guyanese people. When we see Durban Park, we shame. So instead of Nima Flubest defending a failed vanity project, the opposition and herself should focus on why they mismanage public funds and how they plan to improve transparency and accountability moving forward. But I hear I highly doubt Guyanese will give them a chance to show that they can be transparent and accountable. They can't even do it in their own party. Look what happened in the Congress. Look what's been going on with the blank checks. Look at the blatant racism and marginalization of women in that party. Right? So Nima Flubes and the APNU cannot justify the failure of Durban Park when evidence is rotting in plain sight. If they truly cared about development, they wouldn't have been defending a project that had provided zero benefits to the Guyanese people. So Nima Flubes, you have a seat. And all those Venezuelans that are working for you and those Maconians that are looking for work, that's what you should probably focus on. Hire some Guyanese to make blocks for you or drive your trucks, right? Hire some Guyanese, hire some locals. I'm sure there are youngsters in Mocha that would be interested in block making for work or might be interested in learning the art of block making. So what you could do is probably bring them there to learn the work, you know, give back something to the community that you're always taking from. Now, I want to jump over to Minister Manik Chan's presentation. Do you understand? Now, there has been a rejection of Budget 2025 by the opposition and a rejection of the progress made in the education sector. The opposition's refusal to support Budget 2025 means they oppose free university education for youth. Their rejection means they oppose the Because We Care cash grant, which provides much needed financial assistance to parents for their children's education. It signals that they do not support expanding the breakfast program, building special education needs classrooms, or providing school libraries, all essential initiatives that uplift students and improve learning. The opposition, when you're in government, would have removed key educational benefits. Since then, you understand? Since then, when the AP and UAFC was in government, they took away the Because We Care grant, directly hurting thousands of families. Now, could you imagine this grant at that time was just $10,000? This administration has raised it, which will be, with the budget being passed this year, it will be $50,000. Who cares about the Guyanese children? Who cares about the families? Who cares about the single parents? Who cares about the low-income families? Who cares about the rich families too? Because every child, once you're registered in school, get the grant, private or public. Every child. Because not because your child going to public school, me and got money in. You could just be a parent that want to go down a different line and you choose to send your child to private school. You're not a millionaire, but you're doing whatever you need to do to make sure that you can send your child here. You're still getting the grant. You're still getting the grant. The MPs or the National Assembly, ones that got chaired in school, are getting the grant. Every Guyanese. Now contrast that to the buses, bicycle, and boats thing. I've said to you here, persons have lamented that the buses used to drive past certain villages. And let me be frank. If the bus pick up in Nabakalis, they're going to drive straight past Edmore. Or drive straight past Unity and pick up in Buxton or somewhere else. Past Annandale and go and pick up somewhere else. The buses, the boats were only given to certain communities. And in those cases, if those persons who got the boats know well or suspect that a resident along the river might be supportive of the PPP, boat down and pass them too. You best try now how you get to school. The bicycles and the bags only shared to certain communities, predominantly Afro-Guyanese communities that supported the coalition. And mind you, the bags heavily politicized, green and yellow. Green and yellow. The both green and yellow. Lady Granger, David G, Lady G, all kind of stupidness. Do you understand? That aside, they failed to deliver on a lot of the promises the teachers, free land and duty-free concession, improved salary and working conditions, equal access to education across Guyana, investment in technical and vocational education and agricultural science programs. None of these were done. None of these were done. So their history shows that they have no real commitment to education. And their rejection of Budget 2025 is just more proof. Now, let's look at the PBPC and its commitment to education for every child in this country. The Because We Care cash grant has been increased to 55,000 per child, injecting 11 billion into the economy and directly assisting families. The government has rebuilt, rehabilitated, and constructed new schools to expand access to education at every level. Every level. You understand? The PPP is ensuring that every child will have a place in secondary school, eliminating the overcrowding crisis left behind by Granger Danger and Pagwali. Over 4,300 teachers have been trained in the last 4 years, improving the quality of education. And based on the information award in Parliament, Miss Flubest, who I think they say she's a teacher, is untrained. So Miss Flubest, you go and take a course, or you go and do a whole program and you qualify yourself so that you could get a little more cha-ching in your pocket. You know, that's the bottom line. Now let's go over to free university education. Now this here is a major game changer. The opposition refuses to support free university education, but the PPPC is committed to ensuring every Guyanese student has an opportunity to access higher education without financial barriers. This initiative will transform Guyana's workforce, ensuring that the next generation is equipped with the skills to thrive in a modern economy. Now, we cannot forget, or we cannot not mention that investing in education is investing in Guyana's future. With Budget 2024, this ensures that every child has access to quality education regardless of their background. Unlike the opposition, who failed to deliver on their promises, the PPPC has already demonstrated a commitment through tangible results. So at the end of the day, I'm saying to those persons on the other side, rejecting Budget 2025 is rejecting progress, economic empowerment, and opportunities for Guyana's youth. It is clear that the PBPC government is delivering real results in education and will continue to prioritize students, teachers, and families. The opposition's rejection of the budget is a direct attack on education, children, and national progress. And James Bond spoke about this. They are members of that opposition that will turn and tell their supporters, don't go and do a gold program. Don't go to bit and learn to be a heavy duty equipment operator. Wait till we come into government and we can send you to do that. How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? At the end of the day, despite who those persons voted for, their president and their government is the PPP government and Irfan President Ali. So as Guyanese, they should and they are entitled to benefit from whatever the government is doing, despite who they vote for. And that is the ignorance of this group to tell their people don't benefit. Could you remember Annette Ferguson? Scholarship. Why Guyanese should get a scholarship? All them PNC, AFC, APNU MPs who go and get to study. Pagwali who went and studied whilst being a minister, now she's a big girl, like a doctor. On the backs of the Guyanese people. The ministers in this administration, this Irfan-led administration, would have acquired their academic accolades on their own. You understand? On their own, before they get into government. So they weren't made a minister and then go and study to get sense to be a minister. And then when you study, you're even more stupid. than you were before you took the course. You understand what I'm telling you? The ministers in government right now had all their academic accolades pre-2020. I see a few of them doing some upgrades, but not at the cost of the taxpayer, not out of the treasury funds. You understand me? Not out of the treasury funds. So again, Budget 2025, as I've said here before, is about progress, quality, and ensuring that every Guyanese has a brighter future. And it deserves the support of all parliamentarians, including these opposition worries that the government usually has to deal with. And I must mention, James Bond spoke about the opposition, and he was trying to be very reserved in his comments and their ability to deliver. And what's happening now, we clearly see that there's a vast difference in the operation of the administration. A vast difference. Importance on things that are priority for the Guyanese people. Guyanese people want a safe place to live. Guyanese people want good education for their children. Guyanese people want good health care. Guyanese people want good roads to drive on. Guyanese people want to know that, hey, I can stay in my country and go to a little nice resort or something right here. Guyanese people want jobs. The opposition took jobs from the Guyanese people. 7,000 in sugar, 2,000 from the indigenous people. And we're talking about the forestry sector and all the other sectors that crash under the opposition Great Danger administration. Crash. Forestry, gold, bauxite, everything. Crash. All those business persons who are doing well now, thank God for the enabling environment, because we had an environment that was not conducive to business growth and expansion 2050 to 2020. Right? It was not conducive. You had avenues. Even the Afro-Guyanese that this opposition claims to love and defend and therefore didn't have opportunities back then. You understand? Didn't have opportunities back then. And all the progress made from 1992, well, not 1992, up to 2015, when there was the election there and the coalition government took the reins, it's like we were rolling back the progress from the Rambutar, Jagdeo administrations, rolling back the progress, rolling it back. You understand? We were heading back into the Stone Age with the kind of leadership we were getting from people like David Patterson, Annette Ferguson, Valda Lawrence, who said she only giving job to PNC people. Mr. No Apologies, who took 50% increase on his salary and wasn't supposed to be in parliament because he ain't got Guyanese citizenship. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Sit down in the parliament. Sit down in the parliament, right? And got citizenship for another country. So you ain't even really a Guyanese. Let me say something to you. I don't know if this is public knowledge, but I'm making it public knowledge now. So the US Embassy in Guyana, when US citizens come to this country, they have the option of, reporting to the embassy that they're here, they're staying wherever, and you understand, they're there, American citizens. So let's say back in the day, or let's say we have something that happened back in the day where the PNC lose the elections and decide to block up everything. They have a system where they will secure their people. Okay, all y'all American citizens, y'all come together. We gonna put y'all on a plane, fly y'all out to here, so y'all see. Y'all realize that Joseph Harmon would have fallen into the category. You understand? he would have been able to be collected because he's a citizen. And he giving up citizenship. He giving up his citizenship. Why do you think he turned from Minister of State to Director General? If y'all remember, from Minister of State to Director General, because he couldn't sit in the Parliament. So he would have been, whilst he's going to mess here in Guyana, God forbid, he would have had the opportunity to be souped up and scooped up into the safety net that is provided for American citizens in any country. In any country, once there's a U.S. embassy, that's an option that's option that's available. You let them know you're here in case of anything that's happening across the country that might bring harm to these American citizens. The embassy would invite all of them to come in or bring them in, however they do it, and shuttle them out to safety. Joseph Harmon would have fallen in the bunch. A few other PNC, Gaskin, Ranger, son-in-law, Dominic Gaskin would have fallen in the bunch. Whichever country, I don't know. Boy. I don't know which country that he has citizenship for, but they would have fallen in the category. Whilst Guyanese here left in the pressure. So always remember that even the persons that they put to represent in the parliament, they weren't even Guyanese. They don't give up their allegiance to Guyana. And as the Constitution says, you can't serve two masters. You got to be wholly and solely out for Guyana Guyanese. Wholly and solely. You understand? But that wasn't the case back then. At least now we have an administration with politicians in the National Assembly that have a priority or prioritize the needs of Guyanese first. Prioritizing the needs of Guyanese first. Anyway, guys, budget debates continue today at the National Assembly, the Joint Conference Center. I think the Minister Prague is on today. I think she said Wednesdays for presentation. So let me see who are the speakers for today. Hold a second. Let me see who are the speakers for today. Okay. Yeah, see Annette yesterday in the Parliament. Who was that? I think it was MP Westford. I think it was MP Westford speaking. And she kept on a point to order. He was like, Annette is funny. And Annette need to take Parliament more serious, man. If the people of Guyana send you there to represent them, at least take it serious, my brethren. Oh, man. Oh. I don't see. Let me see if the Parliament page has it. See who is the speakers of today or for today. There's usually a list that is published so that you know everybody. So this is when. Yeah, this is yesterday. This was yesterday. I'll probably post it on Facebook later. I am not seeing who the speakers for today. I'm not seeing who the speakers for today. But we had a show yesterday. Yeah, see Manzo. This is what she said. You cannot scare me. You cannot intimidate me. I will talk. And you will listen. So I could try to for Livewire this morning. You cannot outstream me. You cannot outpost me. So when I'm live, you will listen, opposition. Wait, I think Sally Jones said she sent it to me. Let me see. I tell you, Manzo is aggressive. Jeez. Jesus, peace. Trouble. But we want to see that aggression translate into sensible policies to the Guyanese people of Manzo. We don't need to go and shout up in the National Assembly. We need you to show us something with sense in relation to being the shadow minister of foreign affairs. What can you tell us about that? Right? We want to see something with sense in relation to that. Okay. So today, this is this. Jeez, I gotta download this because I can't see. I think I need to get glasses, people. You're making joke with old age. It's terrible. It's not a good look. So today, day 4 of the budget debates. First up, we have Ganesh Mahipal. Then we'll have Minister Sonia Prag. That'll be followed by David Patterson. Then we got Minister Ejil. Then we got the Guyanese Harry Potter, Rysdale Ford. Then we have Minister Anand Prasad. Then we have the Guyanese hypocrite, Anand Ferguson. Then we have Minister Colin Crowell. Then we have Dr. Karen Cummins. You remember the one who went into Ashman's building and threatened the observers that she would take away the accreditation when they tried to steal the elections? That's the Karen Cummins. Then we have Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony. Then we have Miss Natasha Singh Lewis. This is the Muslim lady that's sitting down there on the opposition side. Then we have Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vinay Prasad. Then we have Richard Sinclair. Now, this is a backbencher. I don't even know what he's doing in Parliament. Like, I don't know the purpose of Richard Sinclair. Like, the only time he makes presentations is during the budget debate. Other than that, he might sit in the backbench, before collecting the Parliament pay. Waste. Then after Mr. Sinclair, we have Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, they're in there. And then we have Vikash Ramkissoon. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's the opposition forever fellow. But it's day 4, right? So they're going to be starting with Ganesh Mahipal, then Minister Prad, then Piston Pato, then we have Minister Ejil, we have Guyanese Harry Potter, Rysdale Ford, then Minister Anand Prasad, Minister within the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. Then we have the Guyanese hypocrite. Then we have Minister of Housing and Water, the Honorable Colin Crowell. Then we have the Observer Putarota, Dr. Karen Cummins. Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, Ms. Natasha Singh Lee, Minister Vinay Prasad. Useless Richard Sinclair is like Travis Ellis from City Hall. Serves no purpose. He's a seat warmer. He just sits there to keep that seat filled and warm. That's his purpose. Richard Travis Ellis. 2 worries. Then we have Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, they're in there, and then Vikash Ramkissoon. I don't know who that is. Right? So that's the lineup for budget 2024, the debates today. Make sure you guys tune in. They're supposed to be starting at 10 a.m. and running until the last speaker speaks. So you guys can check it out on the Parliament page. We're not going to be streaming budget. It's not one continuous stream. When they take a break, they end the stream, and not necessarily people are in the office to start the stream again. So no budget 2024 live here. What we do, we'll post the speeches from the various persons on the page so you guys can have it. Right? Guys, I'm out here today. Thank you for being with us on the program. And as I usually say to you before I go, it's all about peace, it's all about love, it's all about one man.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places. Talk about taking over. We ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no trees.